Songwriting is an art form that is as old as the concept of music itself, as it is the very beginning of the song production process, the very first thoughts that come out of the mind even before any recording begins. On this episode of Music Business Monday, we talk about who a songwriter is, how to become a songwriter, and how to earn a living as a songwriter. And that's what's coming up. Hey, I'm Akurios, and thanks for joining me on this episode of Music Business Monday. And today we continue the series on the music industry career options. And today we're talking about the songwriter. If this is the first time you're seeing me, my name is Akurios. I'm a musician, a music producer, an audio engineer, a voice coach, a music educator, and an entrepreneur. And I'm here to help musicians find the courage to pursue a music career and earn a living in the process while improving their skills and talents. So if you're interested in sharpening your music business skills, becoming a better vocalist, or learning tips and tricks on music production and audio engineering, then this channel will be very helpful to you. So go ahead and subscribe to the channel, tap the notification bell so that you're notified when there's new content from me. We're continuing the music industry career options series with the career path songwriting, and I'll be breaking down who exactly a songwriter is, how to become a songwriter, how to acquire those skills and the requirements that are needed in order to pursue this career path. And also I'll be showing you or sharing with you some tips on how to earn a living as a songwriter. And some of these tips I have used as a songwriter to earn some money myself. And at the end of this video, I'm going to be sharing with you a bonus tip on how exactly you can claim the money that comes from the songs that you write. So watch the video till the very end. Now, the songwriter is the music professional who writes original lyrics and composes melodies as part of a larger musical project. Now, we have to understand that this is not the end of the process in any way. It's actually the very beginning, the very first thoughts that come out of the mind with the intention of beginning a song creation process. That's what songwriting is about. There's first of all the song before we go to the studio to record this song and then record other, musical instruments around this song idea. So the songwriter is the one who kickstarts the process with the creativity that he has or she has. So the responsibility of the songwriter is to produce not just lyrics but melodies also, lyrics that have melodies on top of them, and that's what a song is in the first place. Now, there are situations where the songwriter will be contracted to provide melodies or to compose a melodic arrangement or a rhythmic arrangement over certain words that have already been provided by a lyricist or a poet. So you have words that need a melody to ride on, that need to be transformed into a song for a musical project. So what is required of a songwriter? Number one, musical talent. It's important to have musical talent and realize that musical talent is the bedrock, the foundation of anything that happens in the music production or song creation process. And I'll break it down. When I talk about musical talent, I'm referring to an understanding of pitch, an understanding of audiation, expressing sounds from your mind, because that's what a songwriter does. You hear something in your mind, you hear a melody, a phrase, a rhythm in your mind, and you have the ability to convey it and express it and bring it to the real life, the real physical world, so that someone else can hear and appreciate it. That's number one. And also we're talking about the ability to construct melodies. You can write melodies, you can put notes together to form something more complex that is pleasing to the ear. And there's also the ability to play around rhythms. The rhythmic manipulation that goes on in songwriting cannot be overemphasized. It's very important to be able to take notes and play with the duration of the notes, the space in between the notes, the rests, and the length of the notes, and the relationship between each note in that melody. And that's what creates a complex melody that is pleasing to the ear. Another very important skill that every songwriter needs to have is creativity, the ability to form something out of nothing. Melodies, rhythms, chord progressions, whole songs out of absolutely nothing. Now, a song cannot be original if it's not done by someone who is creative. If it's bits of other people's songs taken from here and there, then it's not original. The songwriter has to be creative, has to have the ability to naturally, effortlessly bring out something out of nothing. A musical idea, motifs, arrangements, patterns, rhythmic ideas from nothing. The songwriter also needs to have literary skills, the ability to write something and convey that thought in the most impactful way with words. So he's a wordsmith that also understands how to use melodies and rhythms to bring out the message of those words, so that anyone who listens to those words, anyone who listens to that tune riding on top of the words, understands what is being said and is impacted. The emotions are stirred by those words, and these words have to be grammatically correct so that they make sense, so that if we read these words even without singing the actual song, we can actually understand and make sense out of what is being said. That's how the best songs have been written. The best songs that have ever been written were written with an intention to convey something to the listener, to convey something and spark an emotion for the listener to understand what is being said. So there has to be grammatical accuracy, there has to be clarity and maturity. So literary skills are quite important. Next here is communication skills. Like I mentioned earlier, it's similar to literary skills, of course, because you're able to communicate effectively. The whole idea of writing a song and performing a song or selling a song, distributing a song to the general public is so that you can pass across an idea to the general public, so that the listener listens to that particular song and catches a trend or is influenced by an idea. It could be a political idea, it could be a social movement, it could be a religious idea. That's the whole point of writing a song. It's a form of communication. So the songwriter has to be able to bring in some tools that will help him or her communicate the idea that is in their minds to the general public, to whoever is listening to the song. So in terms of how the chorus is written, how the melodies leap, how the notes leap from one section to another, you know, the space, the rests, the emotion that is being conveyed, everything has to point to communicating whatever you want to communicate to the listener. The next skill is very important, discipline, and discipline is complex. In this context, we're talking about discipline to stay on your song till you complete it. Start a song and finish it. That's one aspect of the discipline that every songwriter needs to have. Secondly, there's that work ethic that every music practitioner needs to have, and the songwriter is not excluded. The dedication to doing your work well, the commitment to deliver the very best quality, the very best standard of your contribution to that particular project. You're not trying to rush the project so that it just goes out, but you're giving your very best so that the best can be said of your work. The third point on discipline for the songwriter is a commitment to originality. It's very easy to steal ideas from everywhere and to steal words and phrases and even whole melodies from other songs that have already been released to write a song of your own. Now, the song is not really yours if you are stealing ideas from other places and actually lifting, content from other songs. So a true songwriter is going to commit themselves to bringing out new ideas, fresh ideas, unique ideas that will put their names out there. An understanding of music theory is also important for every songwriter. Now we're talking about basic chord progressions and understanding of simple harmony. Now, if you understand how chords move and if you understand how to build chords and how melodies and chords relate to one another, then you would write better songs. You would write better arrangements of songs, and this will help everyone who wants to write a song. You can try it out. Just take a melody and try and fit in a chord progression to your melody, or even take a chord progression and write a melody over that chord progression. And that's what many songwriters do. So an understanding of music theory, harmony, basic chord progressions is a plus for every songwriter. I'm also going to add the ability to read and write music in terms of notation to this list, because music is a universal language. Music is something that you can write to anyone in any part of the world. You can write your song on 5 lines and 4 spaces and send it to any part of the world, and any musician, any music practitioner who understands music is going to be able to read what you have written wherever the person is. Even if the person does not understand the language you speak, even if the person is not from your part of the world, the person will definitely understand the music that you have written. So try to learn how to read and write music. Try to learn music notation. It's not the most exciting aspects of music, but every songwriter needs to learn how to read and write music. Next here is networking skills. Now, every single player in the music industry needs to have this particular skill, because it's all about going out there and looking for work. It's, that's the simplest, basic way to put it. It's about going out there and looking for people who actually need your services. So you have to be able to, push yourself to go out and meet people and talk to other songwriters and talk to other music producers and even music industry practitioners, record label executives who may or may not need your services. So mingle with like minds and be nice to people. Be confident about what you do. Be confident about talking about what you do, because you never can tell where your next gig is going to come from. The ability to actually sing the songs that you write is a huge advantage for every songwriter, so that you can by yourself, if you don't have the budget, pitch the songs that you write to record labels and everyone who you would want to have the songs that you've written. I know many amazing songwriters who are not interested in singing, who are not interested in even standing in front of a microphone to record their own voices, but they write super amazing songs. But I think that this ability of this added skill is something that is going to help you, especially at the beginner level, so that you can by yourself record the songs that you've written and pitch them by yourself. All right, now, so how do songwriters in the music industry earn a living for themselves? Number 1, pitching the songs that they've written to artists, record labels, music producers, advertisement agencies, and organizations who need some promotion. It's like this: you have a song idea, and then you develop that song idea into a full song, and then you present it in a format, either as a demo or in sheet music format, and you present it to any of these people who would be interested in including it in their projects, in their album projects, or including it or presenting it to their artists as a record label, or an organization that is interested in promoting via music. So you have to be very coordinated and organized about this, because you are perceived as a business person. So you have to have the mindset of an entrepreneur. You have to present yourself in the most professional way so that you are taken seriously. Opportunity number 2 is presenting your music to music libraries on the internet. Now, we're talking about music libraries like audiojungle.com, and there's pond5.com also. Now, you can register on these platforms and go through all their, processes and verification and all that, and then present your works, upload your songs that you've written and the compositions that you've done yourself. And as these compositions get the attention of music users, filmmakers, record labels, and all whatnot, you are paid for the use of your work. Opportunity number 3, record your songs in video format and present to the entire world on the internet. Now, social media is massive, it's big. There's several platforms where you can showcase your songwriting skills and advertise yourself as a songwriter. It could be YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, whichever one. Now, it doesn't matter which platform you choose, and you might as well choose all of them. Okay, that's a possibility. So now you just need to record the songs. If you are also a good vocalist, you can record the songs yourself or have someone else do that, and then film it and present to the entire world while indicating that the song was written by you. Now, this way you are creating a platform for yourself to showcase the songs that you've written, and you are bypassing platforms like Audio Jungle and Pond5, because you want to now present yourself by yourself and control everything that goes around your deals. So if you're closing a deal, it's between you and the record label or the artist directly. Another opportunity for songwriters is to be employed by record label and music production houses as an in-house songwriter. Now, this is not about independence. There's no independence in this particular case because there's going to be a lot of quality control. There's going to be a lot of, executives dictating how the songs come out and what ideas you can use and what goes where and what goes how, because you have actually been employed by this organization to write songs for the artists. Now, earlier in this video, I said I was going to share with you a bonus tip for songwriters. Now, if you want to make money as a songwriter from the songs that you have written, there's something you must do that without it, there's no way you're going to make any money from your songs. And that is ensuring that you legally own the copyright on all the songs that you have written and registering with a CMO. A CMO is a collective management organization responsible for collecting the royalties for the songs that you've written, and also registering with a PRO, a performing rights organization. The money that is entitled to you as a songwriter is known as mechanical royalties, and mechanical royalties are collected by these organizations, and you have to be registered to these organizations to be able to claim your mechanical royalties. So if your songs are used, if you have pitched the song to a record label or an artist and there's any issue with paying your money or getting your royalties from that particular use, there's no problem. You don't have to struggle. You don't have to fight anybody. You don't have to chase anybody around. Just wait and allow the collective management organization to collect the money and give you your royalties. Let me know if the video has been helpful, and if it has, tap the like button, give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please tap that subscribe button and tap the notification bell also so that you're notified when there's new content from me. And if you have any questions, if there's anything you need more explanation on, feel free to comment in the comment section below, or send me an email, send me a message, and I'll be glad to get back at you. All right, so till when next we see, I'm Akurios, and I'll see you next time.